Good morning and welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You know, I love getting your day started off on the right foot. And to help with that, I use an inspiring quote. This one is so good because it goes, well, unnoticed so many times. Yeah, you don't know you're at it until you're at it. But here, take a listen. Over every mountain, there is a path, although it may not be seen from the valley. Ooh, that's so good. You know, from the valley, it's really hard to see any kind of path over that mountain. It looks insurmountable, doesn't it? Yeah, that mountain is so high. It's like, how am I going to get way up there? But you know, you don't realize the path until you start trying. You've got to move forward to get over that mountain. And then that path shows itself to you and you're able to make it to the top. Now, I want to talk about this whole idea of a mountain and a valley because so many times people really give a negative connotation to the valley experience. But let me remind you of something. In the valley, that's where you find the lush meadows. That's where you find the streams of water. That's where you find refreshment. So many times we think that the valley, well, that's the low spot. That's the really hard part of my life. No, there can be great things in the valley. Sure, it might be a little tough, but then you have everything you need to strengthen yourself to keep moving forward. I love how God does that, you know? And then as you start to make your way up the mountain, you don't quite know which way to go, but you put one foot in front of the other, and before you know it, you found the path, and you've made it to the very, very top. Is it tough? Of course it's tough. Wow, would it be worth doing if it wasn't tough? You know? And then you finally get to the top. And my prayer is that you're able to bring somebody with you, that you can help somebody else find the path along the journey too. Yeah? That's what this life is all about. It's relationships. It's not just accomplishing things ourselves, it's helping others accomplish them too. So, hey, why don't you do that? Why don't you bring somebody along for the ride? Why don't you reach out, maybe out of the blue, and kind of develop a relationship with somebody? Maybe somebody at work, somebody you notice is having a really tough time getting it and making the quota, or he's having a hard time, I don't know, reaching out to clients, or having a hard time with emails. There are some amazing skills, abilities, and talents that God has blessed you with that you can bless others with as you teach them how to do them a little more smoothly. So use it as an opportunity to help somebody else along the path up the mountain too. Because let me tell you, being on top of the mountain by yourself, it's not that fun. Sure, there's a sense of accomplishment, but when there are people there with you and you celebrate together, that's a good time. So remember that today, okay? Let's bring some people with us up to that mountaintop. People we can journey with. It'll make it better. Here's Hillsong United, Another in the Fire, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. A journey of 1,000 miles is completed, one step at a time. Sometimes we don't remember that. It's like, no, I've got to be able to go a few steps. I got to be able to see where I'm going. I can't just walk aimlessly. You know what? Sometimes that's exactly what you have to do. Why? Because you can't stay where you're at. You've got to move. And I came across this guy who gets it. And he helps people get out of that spot. He helps them move forward, even if it is just one step at a time. His name is Jordan Peterson, and this is what he has to say about this topic.
The rule, it's a pretty straightforward rule when you want to get back on your feet. And the rule is you have to make the task small enough so that you'll do it, no matter how small that is. But I had plenty of clients who couldn't go home and clean up their room. They hadn't cleaned up their room for like 20 years for all sorts of reasons. One of the impediments to people who've really taken a blow in their life is that things have fallen apart around them so badly that where they have to start is humiliating even to consider. So it looks simple. It's not bloody simple. And so in a situation like that, you cut it down so that maybe the first thing they do is clean up, like maybe they look inside one drawer and see the mess that's there and just look at it for a minute and think about how they might reorganize it if they were going to. When people are very down and out and they decide to make a move forward, in some ways they're facing the whole panoply of problems that confront them in the guise of that single problem, right? It's all lurking behind it, right? And the advantage to that is that if you make that first step forward, you're actually advancing in the face of all that opposition. The disadvantage is that the first task seems so small that you literally have to be on your knees to be humble enough to lower yourself to take that first step.
Taking a first step. Sometimes it's hard. And maybe during that illustration you thought, well, he's suggesting just looking at stuff in a drawer and thinking about what you would do if you were to organize it. Stephen, that's not really stepping forward. Let me remind you, for that person to take a look inside the drawer, they had to open it first. That was the first step, opening it up. And sometimes that is the hardest thing that we can do, because once you open it, it's hard to close it. But guess what? You're not alone. God is with you. He can show you the next step to take. But taking that first step, just opening it up, it's the hardest. But let me encourage you today. If you can open it up, you can move forward. Don't let it paralyze you anymore, okay? You got this. Why? Because God's got you. So Peter and Valerie have an amazing little girl. And let me tell you something. Early in the mornings, you never know what she might get into. And I know that there are a lot of you who feel the same way about your kids. Maybe you've got multiples at the house. You're trying to get one ready and you kind of lose track of the youngest. Is where they at? And if these little girls have an affinity for makeup, which let's face it, like all of them do, then you better believe they're going to be in the bathroom or wherever the lipstick is and the blush and the eyeshadow and all the stuff, right? Yeah, I'm a dad. I've got a 9-year-old and I have had my fair share of faces full of makeup. And I've had my toenails polished and all kinds of things because Grace loves to do stuff like that, right? Well, here's a little interaction that went down between Peter and his daughter, and it is hilarious. I know you can't see it, but just keep in mind that the lipstick is near her lips, not exactly on her lips. That'll kind of help you. Take a listen to this.
Did you do anything in the bathroom?
Mm-mm.
Nothing?
Mm-mm. I was putting some lipstick on, and then I was getting my phone.
So what'd you put on?
Lipstick on.
Oh. Whose was that?
It was my lipstick.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Did you ask anybody if you could put it on?
I asked myself.
Did you see how it looked?
Yeah.
Well, if you could describe it, how would you describe it?
Like
What?
Like a noonie was. Like a noonie has big lips, big eyes, her mom's, and she pretended it's hers.
So whose lipstick is that?
Mine.
You bought it?
Yeah.
Where'd you buy it at?
My lipstick.
Yeah.
I bought it from Home Depot.
Wow, she might be onto something there. Home Depot, are you taking notes? I think you need to offer lipstick now. It's so good. Oh, those kids, they make life more fun, don't they? Oh. Your word of life today comes to you from 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 6 in the New Living Translation of the Bible. Remember this, a farmer who plants only a few seeds will get a small crop, but the one who plants generously will get a generous crop. Yes, you know what? You're planting seeds every time you talk about your faith with somebody. So why don't you start that conversation by sharing this word of life? We've got it for you in photo and video form on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok, and it's always at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Let me check this streaming map real quick. I see you listening to us right now in Gunnersville, Alabama, and all the way over in Helsinki, Finland. Thank you for making us part of your day, whether it's on the radio, the stream, or the podcast over on Spotify, even after the show. Thank you for being here. All right, more great music headed your way. I'm getting ready for a little theme song-a-palooza. I think a lot of kids are going to have smiles on their faces when they hear their favorite cartoon theme song. It's coming up before your car line competition. All right, let's have a little fun now, shall we? I want to play some of these theme songs. It's a little something I'm calling a theme song-a-palooza. Yeah, see if you know where these particular theme songs are from. And here we go.
I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig. Peppa Pig.
Paw Patrol will be there on the double. Whenever there's a problem round Adventure Bay, Ryder and his team of pups will come and save the day. Marshall, Rubble, Chase, Rocky, Zuma, Sky, yeah, they're on the way.
I think I saw so many smiles on your faces. You know I can see you through the stereo, right? Yeah, a lot of kids excited for their favorite cartoons. Out of those, let me tell you, Bluey is one of my favorites, and Big City Greens, Tilly and Cricket, they are hilarious. Hey, I wanted to play that because those are cartoons that you know, right? Those are cartoons my little girl loves. Well, let me tell you about a show that used to come on that maybe your mom, your dad really enjoyed. It's a little bit different. It's not all animated. No, it was more about puppets. Yeah. So here, take a listen. This is one of my favorite parts of this theme song. Best theme song ever.
Bounce your bottom in your chair. Bounce it here, bounce it there. And with tender, loving care, bounce it everywhere. Bounce it fast, bounce it slow. Bounce it high, bounce it low. Sing while you bounce along. One more chorus of our song. Lamb chops, play along. With kids come to play along. And fun things.
Oh, yeah. The nostalgia just hit, didn't it? That's good stuff. Lamb Chops Play Along. It gave us Lamb Chop and Hush Puppy and Charlie Horse, and it gave us the song that doesn't end that we can annoy everybody with. Oh, kids, you've never heard the song that doesn't end? Well, get your mom or dad to sing it to you sometime, okay? But let me warn you. It never ends. But hey, for all those moms and dads out there who remember Lamb Chops Play Along, guess what? Lamb Chop is back in a big way, of all places, over on social media. Yeah, on TikTok. You see, Sherry, the lady who was the puppeteer, the ventriloquist, she passed away all the way back in 98. But her daughter, Mallory, is picking Lamb Chop back up, and she sounds just like the original. And a lot of people are commenting and loving all of her content over on TikTok. So here I want to play just a little question that she got from a fan, and I thought this was just so cool.
I love this question. Is that the Lamb Chop from when I was a kid, or is that Lamb Chop's child?
I don't have any children. I'm only 6 years old. Besides, I'm not adopted.
That's not really what they were asking, sweetie. You're asking, is this an OG Lamb Chop? Is this a mom Lamb Chop?
Aren't we all mom lamb chops?
Actually, they are. This is a puppet. This is a person that mom worked with back in 1988. And the reason I know that is because the number 88 is written, well, on her tushy.
Don't show them.
No, that would be very inappropriate. And now I'm not going to tell you how many lamb chops there are.
Because there's only one of me at the time.
There's only one of her at a time. But let's just say she is my favorite. She's very special.
I love you too.
So there you go, little Mallory Lewis, bringing back Lamb Chop. If you want to see Lamb Chop, go check her out over on TikTok. There's a lot of great stuff, a lot of good content. She reminisces about her mom, and Lamb Chop is there. It's so much fun. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Now let's get down to business. Ahem. Say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Give me the horn. All right, now let's go ahead and, I guess let's crank that engine. Let's start that music. So I can say, hey everybody, it's time to play the Carline competition. It's your chance to win some gift cards this morning. And you know what? I've got a good feeling somebody's going to be winning 3 of them. 1 to Gunnersville Chick-fil-A, 1 to Albertville Home Bakery, 1 to the Caring Heart Thrift Store in Arab. It all hinges on whether or not you can answer my question. It's a trivia game. I'll ask the question, give you a cue to call, and then you call me up, give me the right answer. And if you win, you don't win 1 or 2, you win 3. 1 to keep, 2 to give away, and you get to share some love on the radio. So let's do it. What is the next prime number after 7? Is it 8, 10, 13, or 11? The number to call, 256-505-0885. Waiting on your call right now. The next prime number after 7 is what? Is it 8, 10, 13, or 11? And there is my caller. All right. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this next song. I'm going to get your answer. Here's Cody Carnes with Firm Foundation. 88.5 JFM. Good morning.
Hey, this is Stanley Marsh.
Stanley Marsh, what's going on, my friend?
I'm just waiting to go into the gym. I thought I'd call in.
All right, sounds good, man. So gonna go on in there, get you pumped on, and start feeling good. Get ready for the day. I got you. Well, let's see if we can have a little fun before you even hit the gym. Got this question for you. How long ago was it that you had math class?
Oh Lord, it's been a long.
I got you. But I bet
it's the 70s, I think.
Wow. Okay. Since the 70s. Let's see if some of that math information has stuck around up there in that noggin of yours. Here we go. What's the next prime number after 7? Is it 8, 10, 13, or 11?
I think it's 11.
I think you're absolutely right. Congratulations, Stanley Marsh.
Cool.
You still got it, man. You learned it, and it never left you.
It's stuck.
It's stuck. That's exactly right, man. Well, you know how this works. 3 gift cards, 1 to keep, 2 to give away. Want to shout out a couple people?
I think I want to roll it over.
Oh, we're rolling them over. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We're starting a train this morning. All right, man.
Cool.
Well, you still want to shout somebody out? Tell me about somebody that's special to you?
Of course, my grandkids, Lila and Annalie and Allie James.
Yeah.
And my daughter, April. My son, John. And I love them, but, like a father should.
Yeah, I got you, man. Well, I can feel the love through the radio.
The word of the Lord came to me this morning.
Yeah?
It was fetters. You know what fetters are?
Yeah, I do.
They're chains. They're chains that bind you.
Yes.
That I thought fetters could only be chains, but sin can be fetters.
That's exactly.
And sin was in my life at one time, and it still troubles me at times.
Yeah.
Sin troubles me at times, but there's fetters, and you need to get rid of them. Everybody needs to get rid of their fetters.
That's it.
And be blessed.
Man, I got the perfect song that goes right along with that. You know that Zach Williams song, Chain Breaker?
Yeah.
That's next, man. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you sharing it. I hope you have an amazing day, sir.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Hey, God bless.
God bless. Oh, we got a little train started. Yeah, so that means 3 gift cards turns into 6. Thank you, Stanley Marsh, for sharing what the Lord revealed to you this morning. Sometimes it hits us right out of the middle of nowhere, and I love how he does that. It keeps us thinking about all those things that God has for us, thinking about these principles and these things that we learn in the Bible and we learn at church. But yeah, fetters in the dictionary, a chain or manacle used to restrain a prisoner, typically placed around the ankles. Stanley, man, you are so right. We are not prisoners anymore. We are free. And Jesus breaks those chains. So I got Zach Williams coming up next, but I need to get this second question out there first. So let's do this thing, shall we? How many legs does an insect typically have? Is it 8, 10, 4, or 6? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Again, how many legs does an insect typically have? 8, 10, 4, or 6? 256-505-0885. And I got my caller. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this song. It's Zach Williams and Chainbreaker. Good morning.
Good morning,
Hey, who am I talking to?
Rainbear.
Rain Berry. Girl, how you been doing with your taekwondo?
I've been doing good.
Good. What level are you at now?
I'm still at senior brown,
All right.
but I have 6 stripes. I only need 2 more until I can do testing.
Very nice. Now, are you going on a little bit of a trip today?
Yes.
You are. Where are you
To
headed?
the museum.
That's right. The Cooks Museum. You think you're going to have a fun time?
Yes.
Do you get
Because
it?
Grace is coming.
Oh, that's right. Grace is coming too. Hey, do you enjoy riding the bus?
Yes, I actually do.
Yeah, Grace really looks forward to these field trips just because she gets to ride the bus. And it's going to be like a 45-minute bus ride. So,
Please, I may fall asleep.
yeah, that might happen. Well, hey, you won't fall asleep right now because we're about to have a load of fun. I got a question for you. So here we go. How many legs does an insect typically have? 8, 10, 4, or 6?
6.
6 is correct. Congratulations to you. You just won 6 gift cards. As many legs as a bug has, you won those gift cards. 6 of them. What do you think?
Pretty cool.
I think it's pretty cool too. So now I need to hear from you about a couple people in your life that mean a lot to you.
My friend Anna Sally, he's really nice. And my friend Abby Joe, he's really fun.
Awesome. Abby Joe and Anna Sully. Some pretty awesome girls there. Well, Rainberry, I think you're awesome too. Thank you so much for calling me up, sharing some love. I'm going to get these 6 gift cards sent your way, okay?
Okay.
All right. You have a wonderful day and have a great time on that field trip, okay?
I will.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
That is so much fun. Oh, hey, you know, Taekwondo reminds me of those times when I was a kid growing up and I'd try all those karate moves. Oh, yeah. And it wasn't complete without making the sound. You know what sound it is. Wah! You just had to do that when you were getting into pose. Wah! Anyway, reliving my childhood here. I got one more question. I wonder if you have what it takes to win. And here we go. What carries blood away from the heart? Is it veins, gills, arteries, or capillaries? 256-505-0885 is a number to call. Again, what carries blood away from the heart? Is it veins, gills, arteries, or capillaries? 256-505-0885. I got my caller. Y'all are quick this morning. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this song and I'll get your answer. Here's Ryan Stevenson. You are still my God. Hey, good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good, you?
I'm doing all right. What's your name?
Kaya.
What grade you in, Kaya?
Nah.
What school?
Asbury High School.
All right, home of the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, do you do any extracurricular stuff? Are you like in cheer or band or any sports or clubs?
Yeah, I play volleyball and softball.
Oh, very cool. All right, so volleyball, how did that season go?
It was okay.
Okay, I got you. Now, softball's coming up, though, so you looking forward to it?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Hey, you know, my wife, Cassie, was in softball. She played when she was in school, too. And she told me that y'all do, like, these cheers or chants, stuff like that between the players. What's that about?
Well, we do it, like, when they're on base, and when they're hitting the ball, so, like, we could just, like, encourage them more.
Okay. Can you give me an example of just one of them, the funniest one?
One is like when a pitcher does a dirt ball, and it's like there was a worm. His name was Ermy, and you just kill him because you hit something like that. Because it hit the dirt.
That's good. I love it. I just killed a worm. That's funny. All right. Well, thank you for indulging me there. I got a question for you. This could win you 3 gift cards. What carries blood away from the heart? Is it veins, gills, arteries, or capillaries?
Arteries.
That's exactly right. Somebody paid attention in science class. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, this is my favorite part because we're giving you 3 gift cards. We want you to keep one and give the other 2 away to 2 very special people. So who are those 2 people in your life?
Probably my dad and my mom.
Oh, cool. So is mom or dad in the car with you right now?
My dad is.
Your dad? Okay, so let me hear about mom first. What do you love about that mom?
She's just always there for me.
Oh, that's good. Now, you get to lay it on thick because dad's with you in the vehicle. So what do you love about that dad of yours?
He's taught me all about science because he was my science teacher, and he's just always been there for me, too.
Oh, very cool. Now, is he funny sometimes or all the time?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time? Okay. All right, then. Well, thank you so much for calling me this morning. Let me grab your name one more time, and I'll get your address and get these sent your way. All right. Kaya, thank you so much for calling me this morning. It was a blast talking with you. Hopefully, I'll talk with you sometime soon.
Yes.
All right. You got to play this game again sometime. Have a great day at school.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. Kaya, thank you so much. And thank you for telling me about that little cheer, that chant. I love it. I think I have it down. I'm going to attempt it real quick, okay? You can laugh at me if you want, but I think I got it. I'm going to add some rhythm to it. There was a worm. His name was Hermie. And you just killed him because you hit the dirty. Oh, yeah. How was that? Was that how it goes? If not, you'll have to correct me sometime, okay? Hey, it's so much fun playing this game with you. I love it, and I'm going to play it again tomorrow. I wonder if you'll be here. Yeah? 7 o'clock, we'll get started. But whoa, time is getting away from me. I got to get some business and ministry impact partners, some weather, some word of life in here. We'll get your drive time devotion as well. And of course, some more great music. And like with 2.5 hours of show left, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Some pretty encouraging stuff, I might add, that I think you're really going to love. So remember, if you have to step away from the radio, you can tune us in online, 885jfm.com. Click that On Now button, press play, and you're good to go. Right now, we've got listeners in Helsinki, Finland. We've got them in Atlanta, Georgia. Also, multiples right here in North Alabama, in Gunnersville, and in Arab. Thanks for being here. 57 to 62 degrees across the southeast right now. Whole lot of clouds, whole lot of rain. Please give yourself a little extra time to get to where you need to go. Those roads can be slick. I'm just glad we're not dealing with those colder temperatures like last week, right? 9 and 12 degrees? No, thank you. No more of that. We need to just go ahead and warm on up. I didn't realize this until the other day. We are so close to Groundhog's Day. It's unreal. Yeah, I wonder what Punxsutawney Phil is going to see. Will he see his shadow or not? I wonder what that other guy, that, what's his name? Sand Mountain Sam? Is that his name? Yeah, I wonder what he's going to see. We'll have to find out. Your forecast is brought to you by Dwayne Green of Green Contracting, LLC, specializing in home building and remodeling. And their phone number at Green Contracting is 256-302-0644. Now your word of life. Today it comes to you from 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 6 in the New Living Translation of the Bible. Remember this, a farmer who plants only a few seeds will get a small crop, but the one who plants generously will get a generous crop. Well, you know that seeds are something that you plant every single day, even if you're not a farmer, because as you share your faith with other people, you're planting seeds in their heart about just how good God is and about how good he can be to them. So why don't you start a conversation about that today? And we'd be honored if you'd use this word of life to start that conversation. We've made it available for you in photo and video form on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok. And it's always at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. Here's Patrick Mayberry.
This is Pastor Gary Kraft with your Drive Time Devotion. I hate wearing glasses. They hurt my nose, they get dirty so easily, and they change how I look and how I see. When I first started wearing prescription glasses, my family and I were at the lake having a great time with a boat and a jet ski. My wife forgot to tie off the jet ski to the pier after zipping across the water. When I saw the jet ski floating out into the lake, I dove into the rescue, only to realize my brand new glasses had sunk to the bottom of the lake. I had forgotten they were on my face. A lot of us are like that in our spiritual lives. We forget that everything we perceive is through a lens of some kind. And when our lens is dirty or the wrong prescription, our view is skewed. Paul was very concerned that the believers in Ephesus had their spiritual sight enhanced. They lived in a pagan, idol-worshiping, crazy culture. He knew they needed the clarity of the Spirit to perceive the awesomeness and possibilities for their lives in Christ. So he prayed, quote, that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened. The most important things of life cannot be seen without the assistance of the Holy Spirit. And if our heart wants to see, He will surely rescue our glasses and clean our lenses as we view our lives through the truth of His Word. Let's pray. Holy Spirit, open the eyes of my heart that I might see Christ clearly and that I might see my brothers, sisters, and circumstances with your eyes, because you see everything perfectly. In Jesus' name, amen.
We're 6 months into the year, and it's been such a difficult...
It's still January.
What?
You got 11 months left.
What?
It does feel like it's been such a long time since Christmas. But I just looked at my calendar and it says today's the 25th of January. We're exactly 1 month away from Christmas. My goodness, it seems like it was 6 months ago, right? Plus January is just, I don't know, it feels like it's been a really long time. How about for you? Yeah? It's funny because it's like during the Christmas season from about, after October 31st, we're ramping up for Christmas. It's in all the stores. You hear all the music on the radio. You see all the Christmas commercials on TV, and we keep ramping it up till we finally get to Christmas Day. And then it's like, done, over. We're not reminiscing anymore. Don't get me wrong. Some people leave those Christmas tree lights up. Yeah, those Christmas trees even until New Year's Day and after. And some people choose not to take the Christmas lights down at all. They just leave them up, don't plug them in for the rest of the year. That way next year, hey, we're ready to go. Plug them in and hope they work, right? But hey, no matter how long it's felt like it's been in this month of January, guess what? You're still here. And that's a great thing because God's got a plan and a purpose for your life. And He has sustained you this far. Even if it might feel like 6 months, you are still here. You are still breathing. You are still kicking. And you've got great things to do. So I just wanted to encourage you today. All right? Keep your head held high. Keep moving forward. God's got you. And we're doing this life together. Thanks so much for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Locally, we're between 59 to 62 degrees here in North Alabama, but I notice you listening to us down in Miami, Florida, and I've got a proposition for you. Would you mind if we traded your 76 for our 62? Would that be okay? Well, can we make that happen? Thank you so much for hanging out with us down in Miami. That's the first time I've seen that pin pop up on my map. Hey, tell you what, if you would, go over to your email, send me an email, let me know your name so I can shout you out properly here on the radio. Okay, it's Steven, Steven, at 885jfm.com. I'd love to shout you out. All right. Hey, tell you what, your forecast is brought to you by some pretty amazing people. The whole team over at Green Contracting LLC, where they can make your dream home a reality. Their phone number is 256-302-0644. Now your word of life. Today from 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 6 in the New Living Translation of the Bible. Remember this, a farmer who plants only a few seeds will get a small crop, but the one who plants generously will get a generous crop. And it's not just talking about seeds to plant for growing vegetables. It's even talking about seeds you plant of faith in other people's hearts. So do that today. Coming up through high school, I had my dream cars. Oh my goodness, a Mitsubishi 3000 GT. That thing was so sporty. It looked so cool. And besides that, I had my eyes set on a 1994 to 98 Sahara Edition hardtop Jeep. Those things were amazing. Or, just a run-of-the-mill 90s model Chevy Silverado. Oh my goodness, a Z71. That was my jam. Did I have any of those? No. What did you have, Steven? I had a 1994 Cutlass Calais. It was a 4-door. It was red. It had a spoiler on the back. I loved that car. And it was a junkyard car, too. My granddad gone out to the junkyard, him and some friends, and they pieced this thing together. So it was my Frankenstein. And guess what happened? I wrecked that thing, never to drive it again. So sad. But I wonder, what's your dream car? I came across a mom who is actually driving her dream car every single day. And she's going to tell you all about it coming up here shortly. So stick around and we'll get into it. And just in case you have to step away from your radio, be sure to be here to listen to this segment and tune us in online. 885jfm.com. Click that on now button, press play, and you're good to go. All right, stick around. Here's We the Kingdom. Jesus does. There's so many options on the road today, right? You've got EVs, you've got hybrids, you've got just gas guzzlers, you got the big 4-wheel drive trucks. And let me tell you, I've noticed more and more here in North Alabama, those 4-wheel drive trucks, they are everywhere and they are not cheap. So I wonder, what is your dream car? What's the coolest car on the road? Well, there's a mom who answered this question for her daughter, and I thought it was so cool that I needed to share it with you. So here, I want you to take a listen to how this went down and see if you will agree.
My daughter asked me how come we don't have a cool car, and I said, I beg to differ. We have the coolest car available on the road today, and that is a paid-off car. That's right. I ain't got no car note. And she said, well, if you don't have a car payment, doesn't that mean you can afford a new car? And I said, not around here, partner. Not around here. This car might be 11 years old and have 190,000 miles on it, but we are going to drive her until the wheels fall off and the engine explodes on the side of the highway. We will drive her until the cost of the repairs outweighs what we have saved for a new car. And we are not fixing non-essential items. The backup camera doesn't work. That's fine. I learned how to parallel park without one. The radio works when it wants to. Also fine. I'm content sitting in the silence listening to the racing of my own thoughts. The temperature gauge says it's 100 degrees outside. It's not. I live in New York. It's snowing. We're going to drive her until she doesn't drive anymore, because there is nothing cooler than a car that is paid off, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
I love it. That's right. No car note. That's some freedom right there. So, but hey, I still wonder, if you had the budget, if money was no issue, what would your dream car be? What's the thing you want to be driving down the road? Call me up and let me know. 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Let me know your wildest dream. If you could have any vehicle out there, money was no object, what would it be? 256-505-0885. That phone line is open right now. 256-505-0885. And I've got a caller.
Hey, friend.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I had to answer that question.
All right, I'm ready for it. What's your dream car?
I love a Hummer. I mean, those are the coolest to me. I don't know. And I love lime green. I really, David said he might try to, we'll see one of these days if I ever make it. It'll be all right if I don't. But Granny, at my age, wants a lime green Jeep, Bubba.
A lime green Jeep.
So, and I want this. Yeah, I've got just all these visions in my head. Like, like the cover you can put on the wheel. I know exactly what I want on that and the whole 9 yards. And I'm a female. Most females aren't as into cars or vehicles as you guys are, or at least especially as teenagers. But yeah, bud. Yep. So there's a movie that Dave and I watched. I cannot even remember. And I think it's a Hummer. This girl's like kind of crazy, but she's driving. I'm like, the favorite part of the movie is that big old vehicle with all its power, and it's just the coolest thing. So anyway, if y'all like come into some major whatever, y'all want to gift your friend a Hummer, that'd be awesome.
All right, it's got to be lime green.
A lime green Jeep Rubicon. There you go.
Yes, that's it. That's where it's at.
Yeah. Well, what about you? What is it now? I heard what your others were. What would it be if you today? If you could just whatever you wanted, what would it be?
Honestly, I'm very happy in what I'm driving right now.
Oh, I know, because I gotcha.
Yeah, but
you got a good.
If I have my druthers, I just have a newer one of what I have, with the nice rims, with the bull bar, with the side rails, all that stuff. Yes.
What is your vehicle? I forgot. Well, you might not want to say.
No, I got a Ram 1500, and I bought it from Wholesale Cars in Albertville, and it already had the bells and whistles. It had the big mud tires and the running boards, and it had the bull bar, and it's even got like a green light on the inside, the grill that I can turn on and off from the inside.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a cool ride. So
that's cool. Well, when I met David Barry, he was driving. Gosh, I don't remember the name of that truck. It's terrible. But he had those big old tires, and you could see me trying to get in that thing was comical, even back then.
That's good.
I wouldn't be able to do it now. I promise. There's no way. because I was young and it was a task. But anyway, he hated to get rid of it, but it got to where, married, would have children, and it didn't. I would listen to him try to crank it in the mornings and just pray, please, Lord, let it crank. And he had to drive to Birmingham at that time.
Oh, wow.
So he finally got rid of it. But, yeah, he had a hard time doing so. And then he would love a GT, let's see, 68, I can't remember the number, GTO, which I said, baby, I think those things are ugly. And he's like, oh, those are awesome. I'm like, okay.
The American muscle car. Yeah. It makes you go, oh.
Or his sweet mama, we have a little clay yellow Lamborghini that we won't get rid of, that his mama got him one year, because when he was, like a young one, he was like, that's the coolest car ever, and she found him one somewhere, and that was before the days of shopping online all the time.
Yeah.
And so she snagged that thing up and gave it to him for Christmas one year. Like, well, here's your yellow Lamborghini, buddy.
It's a Hot Wheel, right?
It's actually bigger than a Hot Wheel. I have no idea how the Lord just wanted him to have that, I guess, because it was before Amazon and all that stuff, and I have no clue.
That is great. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Heidi. Well, y'all have a good one.
All
okay.
right. You too. Thank you, Evelyn.
Bye.
Bye. How much fun was that? Oh, my goodness. We're talking about your dream car. I'd love to hear from you. What is it? 256-505-0885. If money was no object, you could drive anything out there. What would you drive? 256-505-0885. I'm waiting to hear from you right now. In the meantime, Jason Crabb. Good morning, Mercy, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Oh, good morning to Louisville, Kentucky, Reno County, Kansas, Birmingham, Alabama. We got Mountain Borough and Gunnersville and Arab on too. Thanks for hanging out with me. Well, this morning we'll be talking a little bit about our dream cars. And I asked you, what is your dream car? I got some answers. Evelyn called me up, gave me hers, and I got to hear from somebody else too. Let me play this one for you real quick. This is a very rare occurrence. I don't get to talk with my wife that much on the radio, but just so happens she is going to a field trip today at Cook's Museum with our daughter, Grace. And so...
Good morning.
Hey.
Yeah, we're on our way to Cook, or I'm on my way to Cook's Museum, and they'll be coming, I'll meet them there. And I'm excited because I get to go on a field trip with my kid, and it's not during ACAP, so yay.
Yay.
Usually during ACAP is when she has her field trips, and I don't get a chance to go.
Because you're stuck having to give tests to all the kids at your school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is a treat for me to get to go with her. So I'm loving it. So yeah. Okay. So when I was 16, and I, looking at hoping that I would get a car when I, turned 16 and all that stuff. Mustang GT. That was the car. But me, along with half of my class that turned 16, we all got the slick gold '94 Honda Accords.
Yes.
Which actually were pretty nice cars. I mean, really. And that's majority of what my class drove was a '94 Honda Accord.
That's so good.
Even though I don't think, yeah. So then later on in life, I really liked the Pacificas. Just the way that they look, the bigness of them, the style. And then my mom and dad blessed me with a gold PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
Woo, that thing was nice.
It had a sunroof
so
and everything.
Yeah, it was so little inside, but it was such a nice little car, and it was so cool just to be able to drive that around,
Yeah.
And then now, I drive a Ford Edge, but which I love this car. This was the first car that I ever bought on my own, which was really cool, and I still drive it. And so, but now I really like, like the Land Rovers, Range Rovers, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're really nice, but they're really expensive. And
Yep.
And I don't think that's ever going to happen. But I can admire them from a distance.
I got you. I got you. And it doesn't help that I point out everyone that I see as we're driving along in Arab. There's a really nice one I get to see just about every day in Carline picking up Grace. This thing is sharp. Oh, it's futuristic looking. I love those things too.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
No, we got caviar style on sardine budget. So.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun.
Hey, but you know what? Our little sardine budget works for us, and
That's
we
right.
are able to do what we need to do and not have to struggle, which is wonderful.
That's it. That's it. That's right. We got to be thankful for what we got.
And I am extremely thankful for what I have.
Me too.
For sure.
Well, babe, it's always a blast talking with you. Thank you so much for calling me this morning. I hope you and Grace have a great time at the field trip.
Thank you. I hope that you have a great day. I love you.
Yeah, pray for me that I don't have any cavities when I go to see the dentist today at 3 o'clock. Ugh.
Yeah, hopefully you will be luckier than our daughter.
Yeah, I know. But that tooth's supposed to come out, so she doesn't have to get a filling.
But she also learned her lesson because I had told her multiple times, you need to brush your teeth a little better and you need to use this little flosser thing. And she's not fond of toothpaste. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
It's a struggle in itself.
It is. It is. All right, babe. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, bye.
Bye.
This segment brought to you in part by Colgate. That's right. Brush your teeth. Hey, so much fun talking with Cassie on the radio. It's a blast. But hey, I wonder, what is your dream car? I'd love to hear about it. Call me up, 256-505-0885. 88.5 JFM. Good morning.
Stephen, Chris Lawrence, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I just had a PSA for you, for you in particular this morning.
Okay, my PSA. Go for it.
Yeah, I was listening to your wife, and this something might help you. When I was young, I was right the opposite of your daughter. I loved toothpaste.
Really?
And so I was like scrubbing my teeth too much.
Ooh.
And so because I just loved to brush my teeth when I was young. Dr. Webb, my dentist, confronted me.
Yeah.
And so what he told me was, he said, that's not good for your teeth. He said, you're brushing too vigorously and it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he said, and I still do this to this day, I don't use toothpaste anymore. What I use is fluoride mouthwash with fluoride in it.
Yeah.
And it's not abrasive to your teeth, and you can get different flavors, and it doesn't. I also have an autistic child that my ex-wife sits with who she's autistic and she can't handle toothpaste.
Mm-hmm.
And they have her brushing with fluoride-based mouthwash.
Oh, wow. Okay. So no toothpaste. You still use the toothbrush, but you use the mouthwash instead?
Yep. The mouthwash instead, and for her, it's about the consistency of, the autistic girl, it's about the consistency of the toothpaste. She can't handle having it in her mouth.
Yeah.
And so, might be something that might work with Gracie. You might find some kind of mouthwash with fluoride in it, of course, that she likes.
Yeah.
And she can brush with that instead of the toothpaste. So.
That's a great idea. Thanks for that.
Something to think about.
Very cool. While I got you on the phone, what's your dream car?
69 Mustang GT 500.
Ooh, what is it about that car that just revs your engine?
Well, a friend of mine, two friends of mine had one of those when we were growing up, and they were just the fastest, best handling cars. There was nothing in Arab that would touch them.
Yeah.
And so they're just great handling. And plus, today, one of my things is, I'm in the process. I want to get me a car. I don't know exactly what an EMT or whatever it is that they're supposed to blast us with. That's going to make all of our cars not work or something.
The computer-based cars. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to have one.
That's right.
I probably won't be able to. I mean, they're like outlandish right now. But I'm looking for something back pre-computer day, so that I can, which in reality, I'm going to run out of gas eventually anyway. And if they do, have to be real about it.
That's great, man.
That's my goal is to have one that's pre-computer.
I got you, man. That sounds like a safe bet for sure.
Right.
Well, thank you, sir. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Yes, sir. It's already in progress. Y'all have a blessed day, too.
All right. Thanks. Bye. I absolutely love hearing from y'all. That's the reason why I ask these questions and ask you to call me up and let me know about your dream car. We've had a blast with it this morning. Well, hey, I've got some weather, some word of life, some business and ministry impact partners to get to, and I've got a very special guest already in studio with me. Going to be talking with us a little bit about a big event happening this Saturday. It's to benefit this ministry called Sacks of Love. They do some really good stuff up in the Brindley Mountain area. So I want you to stick around and hear that, okay? All right, let's get to it. Good morning and welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out. And in case you didn't know, we're also live over on the socials as well because we got a little something special to talk about. Yeah, it's something I'm actually involved with coming up this Saturday. We've got Regina Gregory in studio with us right now. She's here to tell us all about what Sacks of Love is. Regina, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you, Steve?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain. Can't complain. So this thing is coming up on Saturday. Be here before we know it. I know preparations are already in place, and it's going to be a blast because, I mean, it's a great fundraiser for a great cause. Silent auction, raffle, ladies brunch. Got a lot of stuff going on. So tell us a little bit about Sacks of Love and what y'all do.
Okay. Yes, food, fun, and fellowship. That's what we're all about. Awesome. Anyway, the Sacks of Love is a weekend meal program that we started 10 years ago, actually, for the Brindley Mountain Schools. January of this year, that is our 10th year. Nobody thought we could even do it, but January, this will be starting our 11th year, actually. For 10 years, we have been doing this. So we've come a long way. It's gone by really fast. In the past years, we have serviced like 145 students average. Last year, it went up to 204, and this year we are at 215 students.
Wow.
I like what one of the counselors shared on our Facebook book when she was sharing about our event this weekend. She said, if I could only record the faces of some of the students when they received these.
Wow.
We don't, a lot of us don't think about needing extra food over the weekend, but, you know, a can of ravioli, a box of mac and cheese, a few other items. We have had to decrease our number of items this year just because of the cost of food. The number of students have increased.
Yeah.
We do have support from a lot of churches and a lot of folks in the area. Especially the churches that are involved in this: Mountain View Baptist Church, Union Chapel, Methodist Church, Oleander Methodist Church, and then New Braziers Church. Out in our community, you know, we all started this together. We're all ending this together. We have some folks that are very dedicated to come and pack for this ministry.
It's amazing. You know,
it is.
A lot of people don't realize that there is definitely a need out there for food. These kids, sometimes the only meal they get is there at the school. And over the weekends, It was dry. There was nothing. It was famine until you guys came around.
Yes.
And you have amazing volunteers and people who help you.
We do.
Put all these bags together. And I know it's something Marcia looks forward to doing as well. One of your fellow churchgoers,
yes.
My mother-in-law, Marcia.
Yes.
Yeah. So this weekend, it's going to be amazing because we're talking about a silent auction. What kind of stuff is up for grabs at the silent auction, Regina?
Oh my goodness. We just have a variety of things. You know, just people are very good to donate. So, I mean, we just have a variety from glassware to quilted blankets to quilts to baby blankets to, I don't know, just jewelry, just all types of items that people have generously donated for us.
That is awesome. A lot of great stuff to be had. Plus, you're going to have a pretty amazing speaker there. We're talking about Laura Murphy from Decatur. Tell us a little bit about her.
Laura is a young lady I met last year, and she's just one of those people you meet, you feel like you've known forever, just bubbling over with the joy of Jesus in her heart. She was diagnosed with Crohn's, which led to several different surgeries for her, which led to kind of a spiritual down spiral for her, I believe. But through all of that, she has come back, and she knows where her joy comes from, and she loves to share the fact that through all of this, Jesus is still her Lord, and that she wants everyone to find the joy in Him that she has found.
Wow. That's
and
good.
then our other two special guests this weekend,
we don't have to talk about them.
Stephen right here and his wife Cassie. This is something new for us this year, and we're very excited about that. They're coming to share and lead us in worship through song.
Yeah.
So we are very excited about that.
Hey, we are excited about it too. Getting ready for this. It's going to be a blast. We've been trying to put together the perfect song list, and I think we've got it narrowed down. So, yeah, we're looking forward to having a good time, leading some people in worship. I'm telling you, there's something about when you lift up the name of Jesus, and the Bible says it very well. It says that God inhabits the praises of His people.
Amen.
And so we plan on praising and worshiping a little bit this weekend.
Awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
And our event, it is a fundraiser, but, we just, the most important thing is like you talked about in the verse for the day, we just like to share some hope, love, faith, plant some seeds.
Yeah.
You never know who might show up that needs that. We all need a lot of that these days, I think, but just to kind of start our day off on Saturday and just enjoy being together and just hearing from the Lord and what He has in store for us.
Awesome. So if people want to get involved, I know tickets are $10 each.
They are.
Okay. So how do people need to get in touch with you?
Just give me a call. My number is 256-656-4496.
Awesome.
Come to the event. If you just want to donate, just give me a call and we will definitely take your donations.
Very good. All right, so that's happening this Saturday, the Old Greenhouse in Arab from 9 until 12:30, right?
Yes.
All right. Very good. So now it says here it's a ladies' brunch. So is it just ladies or are gentlemen involved as well?
It usually is ladies. We do have a few gentlemen helping out. And of course, you're going to be there helping out this year. We have a few men. If you want to bring a man, we will take a man. He can just come on in.
If you want to bring a man with you.
We will not turn him away. They need Jesus too.
That's great. I love it. Regina, thank you so much for carving out some time. I'm really looking forward to being a part of this on Saturday. Cassie and I both, and we know it's for a great cause. So hopefully we'll raise a bunch of money and help these kids get the food they need to just, keep learning, keep thriving right there in Brindley Mountain. So thank you.
Thank you for having me in.
Very good. All right, back to the music that you love. If you want to find out more about this, you want to maybe share this particular interview with somebody, it's on the socials. It'll be there after the fact as well. It's on Facebook. It's also over on Twitter and YouTube. So go check it out there. And please share it with somebody. Hopefully we'll see you there. Again, that is Saturday from 9 to 12:30 at the Old Greenhouse in Arab. The Sacks of Love, silent auction and raffle, and ladies' brunch. It's going to be a blast. I wonder, what's your skill set? What are you really good at? Maybe you're a great listener. Oh, we need those. Believe me. There's some people who need to get some stuff off their chest, right? But a great listener is able to kind of sit back and kind of, just listen. You're listening to understand. You're not listening to respond or reply, right? And there's an art to it. I know. Maybe you are very skilled in having difficult conversations with people. Yeah, like the really hard conversations. And it doesn't faze you that much. I think that's a superpower because, my goodness, this life is emotional, isn't it? Now let's talk a little bit about that, those emotions that we feel every day. You know what? You have power over those emotions. Believe it or not, you do. I came across this guy. His name is David J.P. Phillips, and he talks a little bit about emotions and about how you have some skills that you might not even know you have that can help your life be so much better, and it all has to do with those emotions. You want to hear it? Here, let me play it for you.
Did you know that there is one skill that will define if your life turns out bad or good. I'm not talking about language. I'm not talking about maths. I'm talking about the skill of harnessing and controlling your emotions. The saying goes like this, that the quality of your emotions define the quality of your decisions, which define the quality of your life. Therefore, it all starts in life. Everything that you do, the quality of your emotions will impact the rest of your life. If your emotions are great in your relationship, boom, you got a great relationship. If your emotions are great in a professional situation, bam, your career will just transcend. It all starts there. Don't take this for granted. Learn how to harness and control your emotions. Master it, and you will master life, and you will get a better outcome in life.
It's not easy to master your emotions at all, but let me tell you, lots of times the biggest battle that you have is that fight between your ears. It's the mental stuff, right? It's how we might take offense to somebody. It's how we might think that somebody kind of perceives us. And maybe they don't perceive us in the best way possible. Maybe we're trying our best to show them that we're not that person. And we're just so caught up in that we can't pay attention to anything else. Well, let me tell you, there's a scripture that I love that'll help you kind of get a hold of that mind, that gray matter between your ears. It's Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will. Yeah. So, hey, let's work on that. That mind is a battlefield, but guess what? You can conquer it. And as your mind is being renewed, you start to see life in a whole new perspective, and you stop taking offense, and you start seeing the good stuff. It takes a while to get there, but if you just start that journey today, you'll get there quicker than you ever thought possible. So give it a try, and let's really master those emotions and have a better life. Hey, I'm in this thing with you. I'm trying my best too. Here's David Leonard with Good Lord. Can I tell you a personal story? When I was a kid, I might have been 5, 6 at the oldest. I had this little red wagon. It was one of those radio flyer wagons. I loved that thing. And I would drag that thing around with me. But it was planting season. And just so happens, we had some extra watermelon seeds. And so I got out there and I got some dirt. And I put that dirt in that red wagon. And I took those seeds and I planted those little seeds. And I left it alone. And over the course of a few days, you know what happened? Yep, those plants sprung up. You know what else happened? I started getting little bitty watermelons in my red wagon. It was so cool. They didn't last very long because the soil wasn't deep enough. And you know, that was a problem. But just the fact that I had a green thumb, enough to plant some watermelon seeds in a red wagon and grow some watermelons. No, they weren't edible, but they were pretty cool. Hey, planting seeds. I'm telling you, maybe it's something that you enjoy doing. Maybe it's something you grew up doing. It's like you don't want to have to do it anymore, but there's a truth to it. Whatever you plant is what you're going to get back, right? So what kind of seeds are you planting in the people around you today? Yeah, I know we just went from literal to metaphorical. So what type of seeds? Are you bringing positivity to them? Are you sharing your faith with them? Are you telling them just how good God is to you? How things just seem to be working out? That you don't know how, but God made a way where there seemed to be no way? Yeah, those kinds of seeds right there, they can really take root in somebody else's life. And before you know it, they'll spring up and some fruit starts to come out. And what happens? They start wanting to know more about that Jesus guy you're talking about. And then there's that encounter that they have with him. Then they receive salvation. And then they start planting more seeds. I'm telling you, it's a fun journey that we're on, that we can share Jesus with each other. So do it today, okay? You've got story after story of how God has impacted your life. You need to tell those stories to your neighbors. Yeah, encourage them. Let them know, hey, you know what? I don't have it all together myself, but let me tell you who does. And let me tell you who helps me make it through. And tell them all about Jesus, okay? Give it a try. And if you're really nervous about that, we've got some resources for you over on our website, 885jfm.com. If you go to that main menu, go to the Dive In tab, hit that Soul Winning Tools button. I just did it. And we're going to do it in real time real quick. So we've got these two things. It's called the Gospel Soul Winning Script. You don't have to read it per se, word for word if you don't want to. Use it as a blueprint, but it'll show you the scriptures that you can bring up, that you can bring to mind to tell them about the whole plan of salvation. We have it in English and we have it in Spanish. And we've even got a link where you can send them a link to go and go through this whole questionnaire, and it leads them through the story of salvation. It's pretty cool. Again, that's 885jfm.com, and it's on the main menu tab, the Dive In tab there. Hit Soul Winning Tools, and hopefully that will increase your boldness and your courage when it comes to sharing your faith. And as far as those words of life go, they're all over the place. We got them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok, and at the top of our website for you to share easily right there. Thanks so much for hanging out. Well, you know, I love having fun with you. We talk about all kinds of stuff here on the radio. Sometimes they're deep spiritual topics, and other times we just have some fun with some goofy stuff. So let's get into the goofy stuff right now. Came across a little snippet from Tim Hawkins, a new song from him that I think you're really going to like. So take a listen, and we're going to talk a little more about this after.
You know, we got a lot of different people here from different backgrounds and stuff, but that's what this song is about, how we're the same. I bet you everybody probably has one of these at your house right now. Canadian coins and a birthday candle, Allen wrench and a suitcase handle, 14 pens that don't work, a new no card and a button from a shirt, an old antenna, rubber band and a knob from an unknown door in my junk drawer. There in the kitchen junk drawer. You know I'm wishing I knew where all of this came from, what we need it for. Pictures of children we don't know, coupons to places we don't go, and collars from old pets that ain't alive no more in the junk drawer. Yeah. Twisty ties and ketchup packets, a broken string from a tennis racket, outlet covers, batteries, and ticket stubs from Chuck E. Cheese, an old cordless phone, and an old phoneless cord in the junk drawer. There in the kitchen, the junk drawer. You know I'm wishing I knew where all of this came from, what we need it for. Keys to a car we sold last year, a red beer koozie, and we don't drink beer, and a friendship bracelet from somebody I don't like no more in the junk drawer. Yeah. G.I. Joes and Barbie parts, milk jug rings and Nerf gun darts, a garage door opener, remote control. I hope that's a melted Tootsie.
I hope it's a melted Tootsie Roll. That's gross. Anyway, the junk drawer. So many things in there, right? Could you imagine actually getting it all organized, all put in its proper place? Yeah, you're like, Steven, you don't get it. That's what the junk drawer is for. I understand, but just imagine the mental load that you're under, knowing that all this clutter is in one place. Would it help you to organize it? If so, I've got an idea for you. And it's using something kind of unconventional to do it too. Yeah, it's one of those over-the-door shoe racks. You know, the kind that have the little pouches for you to put stuff in. Yeah, you don't have to use it for shoes. Newsflash, you can use it for anything. And I didn't think about this. Oh my goodness, but you can use it for, those water tumblers that your kid takes to school? Yeah, you probably let them all kind of pile up underneath your sink. At least that's what I do, underneath the kitchen sink. Well, one of these over-the-door shoe organizers, it holds those cups just right. So you can just put them there when they're nice and clean. And then when you're looking for them, you just go over there, grab one, fill it up with ice and water, and they are good to go, right? Or how about craft supplies? Yeah, you could put craft supplies in there as well. You don't quite know where to put the hot glue gun. You know what I mean? Yeah, so in that, it would work just fine. Now, this one really caught me off guard. A mail center. You put all the different things that you need for your mail. Yeah, maybe you have some bubble envelopes. You mail stuff out from time to time. Put the envelopes in one of those little pouches, or maybe your stamps in another one. Maybe you've got a notebook you keep track of things with, or you got some tape, some Post-it notes, some scissors, all these different things that you need, all in this little shoe organizer on the back of a door somewhere. And it's not taking up much space, but it's helping you organize your life. How cool is that? Now, it goes through here. Some of these that I found, it's just genius ideas, right? And this is one. Your workout clothes. Yeah, for you ladies, those yoga pants. Yeah, put the yoga pants with a shirt, put them in a pouch together. That way, when you're looking for those workout clothes, you got them right there. They're together. You don't have to search. Ooh, this has so many implications, doesn't it? Well, tell you what, I'm going to make it real easy for you to find this whole article. I'm going to go put it over on our 88.5 JFM's Come Together Facebook group. In fact, I'm going there right now to do it so that you can see all these different ways you can organize your life and breathe a little easier. Clutter gets me. I don't know about you, but sometimes it's like I can't stand it anymore. Wow. Okay, so back to the music, and I'll be back in just a few minutes with your inspiring quote of the day. Hard to believe the time has already come where I have to close up the show. Oh my goodness. I don't look forward to this time of the day every day because I really do love hanging out with you. But let me get to your inspiring quote of the day. Now, I start the show off with this at 6 o'clock, but likely most of you aren't here at 6, so I cover it again. And I had a little something extra to it. I've had like 4 hours to think about it. So here we go. Here is your inspiring quote of the day. Over every mountain there is a path, although it may not be seen from the valley. I want to read it one more time. Let it sink in. Over every mountain there is a path, although it may not be seen from the valley. And I talked about the first time this morning how so many people think negative things about the valley. But you got to remember, what's in that valley? Well, there's some meadows. There's some smooth walking in there. There's some water. There's some places of refreshment, and there's shade. And then once you get ready, you put one foot in front of the other, and you start climbing that mountain. And it's not until you start climbing it that you see a path kind of open itself up to you, and you see your way up it. But, it's great to walk that path up the mountain, but it's even better to walk that path with some other people too, bringing them along for the walk, along for the journey. Because once you get to the top of that mountain, it's so lonely if you're there all by yourself. So bring some people along with you, right? So that's what I focused on the first time that I did that this morning at 6. But now I want to focus on a different aspect of it, about who your God is when you're in the valley and when you're on the mountain. Wow, it reminds me of some old lyrics by Bill and Gloria Gaither, God on the Mountain. I just want to read these. Let them sink in. For the God on the mountain is still God in the valley. When things go wrong, he'll make them right. And the God of the good times is still God in the bad times. The God of the day is still God in the night. Wow. That's your God. He is there for you every step of the way, no matter the circumstance, in the good times and in the bad times. And I thank him that he's there in those bad times because we need him then, don't we? We really need him in the good times too. So I just wanted to remind you of that. Wherever you are, maybe you're between the valley and the mountain right now. Keep going. Maybe you're in the valley and you're like, Stephen, I don't think I have what it takes to make another step. I don't think I can climb this next mountain. No, you'll be just fine. Get some refreshment in that valley. Keep God in the conversation. And then start putting one foot in front of the other. See if you don't bring people along for that journey to help you along. Okay? And maybe you're like, hey, I'm ready to take on this mountain. Well, I want to encourage you. Find somebody to take up that mountain with you, okay? Yeah, it's so much fun when you get up there and you're not by yourself. All right. Hey, we've got more great music. We got some amazing people going to be hanging out with you as well, right here on the microphone, making sure that you know you're not alone, that everything's going to be okay. And God, well, he's got it all under control. So thank you so much for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. It's such a humbling honor that you actually hang out with me. And whether it's on the radio or over on the stream or even on the podcast after the show, I am so thankful for you. And you're the reason why we're here in the first place. Let me shout some people out real quick. I see you over in Huntsville, Skyline. I see you in Gunnersville, Arab, Boaz, Mountain Borough, Helsinki, Finland. Wow. And Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks for hanging out this morning. I'll see you right back here tomorrow from 6 to 10 for another Lifeline Morning Show. I can't wait.